So well done there, Adidas, and it's my first ever 10 out of 10 that I've given in any category of my reviewing. Testing is complete and the scores are in, and this is the full review of the Adidas Adizero SL2. But before we get into it, and if you guys want to support this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And with our quick spec, so it is a neutral running shoe. It's in the Adizero Performance series of shoes, but certainly in the lower end. And the price point reflects that. So $180 here in Australia, only $130 also in the US. Now with the weight, great lightweight package here, 8.4 ounces or 238 grams in a men's size 9. And in the stack height, 36 in the rear, 27 in the front, and that's going to give us a 9mm drop. And in the scores, do I think this shoe represents any sort of value at $180? Well, I'll just say one word, outstanding, 10 out of 10. And in the weight, that weight at a daily trainer is absolutely amazing, 9 out of 10. And in your upper here, so they are using a engineered mesh, however it still sticks to the Adizero design. However, the material that they use in the design of this shoe, it feels more like a fabric, but I think it is the best upper in the Adizero series. So it's certainly the most comfortable and I really love it. Breathability is excellent. In the heel counter here, we've got a bit of play in the heel counter, so it doesn't have a solid heel cap, which I like. Padding wise, lots of padding around this shoe, and that's surprising considering how light this shoe is. So it's probably on the plush end of padding that you get around the heel collar. Amazing. With our tongue, we've got a nicely padded tongue as well. So probably a medium amount of padding on the tongue. The tongue is not gusseted though. Now with our laces, we've got these thin, fiddly Adizero laces that I don't really get along with. So that's one drawback of the upper of this shoe. Lockdown though, not an issue at all. I'd had an initial issue on my first impressions, but I've fixed that up just with the laces, and the lockdown in this shoe now is excellent. No issues whatsoever. Now in the fit, so I'm going to say in the length it's true to size. However, it may come up short for some people, and that's just because of the amount of padding that is around the back of the shoe. So all this padding may push people's foot forward on the run, and it may appear to come up short. But if you get that lockdown right and you lock your foot back in the shoe, I think it's true to size. But if you're going to have that issue, if you're worried about the length, then you could probably go half a size up in this shoe. In the width though, it's quite accommodating. I really like it. No issues there. Build quality for $180 as well, it's pretty good as well. And stepping comfort, it's excellent in this shoe. So overall in the upper, I think this is the best Adizero upper that they've got, and it's the cheapest Adizero shoe, 8 out of 10. And in our outsole here, so we've got lots and lots of rubber coverage, as you would expect on a daily trainer. And this rubber is quite thick as well. So it certainly shares the design of the other Adizero shoes, like in the tread pattern and how it's placed on the shoe. However, it's not the Continental rubber. Does it actually need the Continental rubber? Well, I don't think so, because the grip in this shoe is excellent. So I've run in the wet in this shoe, lots of runs in the wet, and it hasn't faltered. Even on a wet wooden boardwalk, this thing was still solid. So amazing. So yeah, maybe Adidas could save some cash there, cut away the Continental rubber, because whatever this rubber is, it's doing a great job anyway. So also what we've got on the bottom of the shoe, we've got a bit of exposed foam and a bit of a cavity through the rear of the shoe, and that's certainly giving this shoe some softness through the rear. They've also got some little windows there where you can see some of that super foam, which is really good. But with the outsole rubber, especially on the forefoot, I think it's shaped probably too flat, and it does get a little bit slappy when you're hitting through the forefoot of this shoe. But durability wise, there's minimal signs of wear. This grip is great on a dirt road, it's great in the wet, it's great in the dry. Not really much to complain about here, 8 out of 10. And in the midsole, so we've got a bit of a dual density thing going on. So the majority of foam in this shoe is the standard light strike, so the EVA foam, and that's the carrier foam in this shoe. So that foam out of the box feels quite firm, however it breaks in very quickly and it softens up really nicely. And then within that, we've got an entire footbed of their premium super foam, so their Light Strike Pro. That's the foam they use in all their premium race day shoes, which is amazing to see in a shoe that is so cheap. Now, geometry wise, they have got a little bit of a forefoot rocker here, but I can't really feel it. For me, it feels quite traditional. And they don't have a carbon plate, or they don't have their energy rods in this shoe as well. So that's giving this shoe a fair bit of flexibility. So as you can see, they're very easy to bend, and there's quite a bit of play left and right as well. And in the ride, so I'm pleasantly surprised with what this shoe actually delivers. So it's quite soft through the rear, but it's not mushy and squishy through the rear. It's like this foam just collapses, but it's quite nice. Takes all the impact out of the road. It doesn't come across as unstable through the rear. Then as you roll through the foot strike, so it firms up a little bit in the middle, but it's still nice and soft and flexible, so you feel quite natural as well. And then on the toe off, so on the forefoot, it firms up a bit, and then you sort of dig into this light strike, and you get a bit of pop and a little bit of bounce, so you get a bit of enjoyment out of it as well. But it doesn't come across as like a responsive shoe or a fast shoe. Yeah, it just sort of melts away on your foot, so you don't think about the shoe as you're running, because it's just so comfortable. Yeah, I think it's its biggest attribute. You don't think about it. Just a really comfortable shoe. Does everything that you need it to. So it is, though, a little bit slappy, like on the concrete on the forefoot. So if you start hitting through the forefoot, start forefoot striking or midfoot striking, it can get a little slappy. But I've done a lot of my Ks in this shoe on the dirt road, and there's no slappiness there at all. But yeah, pleasantly surprised with the ride. That's why it's getting 8 out of 10. And Best Shoes is exactly what it's designed for. So it is your daily trainer. It's going to eat up your daily miles. Who doesn't want a daily trainer that is at a great price point, that's just so comfortable on the foot? It's versatile enough as well if you want to take it away for the weekend. If you can only take one shoe, pick this one. It can handle some fast stuff if you throw it at it. It's light enough, it's responsive enough to handle that stuff. The only thing I probably wouldn't use it for are those really long runs. So long runs that are over 2 hours, creeping up to the 3-hour mark. I think it'll get a little bit too soft through the heel, and you're going to bottom out this shoe. And saying that as well, if you are like a really big guy or a really hard, heavy heel striker, I think that you're going to bottom out this shoe a little too quickly as well. So some other options or some competition if you're considering this shoe, well, at $180, nothing really comes close to what you're going to get out of this shoe. But if you want to pay a little bit more money, check out the Asics Nova Blast 4. So for me, it is the best daily trainer on the market. There's certainly a lot more foam. It's a bit more gutsy. The foam's not going to collapse as much, but you still get a bit of bounce out of that shoe. Next, I'll also mention the New Balance Rebel V4. So another really lightweight shoe with quite a soft ride, just like this one, and a really flexible ride. And then last but not least, I'm going to mention the brand new Hoka Rincon 4 that I have just started testing. So that one, again, really lightweight daily trainer that can handle a lot of runs that you throw at it. We have a real winner here. So for me, this is the best value running shoe in Australia that's currently on the market. So at $180, nothing comes close to what you get out of this shoe. It is absolutely amazing at that price point. So well done there, Adidas, and it's my first ever 10 out of 10 that I've given in any category of my reviewing. So definite buy from me, and as you can see by the scores there, it's rocketed right up to the top of the leaderboard there, which is great to see. This shoe's going to get along with most people. Who doesn't want a really cheap daily trainer that's just so comfortable? But yeah, again, absolutely amazing shoe for that price. But anyway, guys, that's it from me. Love to hear your thoughts or any questions you've got regarding the SL2, or if you want to share your experience of what you're going through with the SL2, just please drop that in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.